So I basically have had some weight issues my entire life, probably since I was like 10, up and down, trying every diet, every fad, everything. And then after having both my boys, I just couldn't lose any weight consistently and keep it off. And so then I decided to have the gastric sleeve. And I did that in 2017. Really busy mom. My boys play hockey, so my social life is my boys' social life, but we're constantly around other parents, we're traveling, and so it's hard to put like my food and prepping and all of that ahead of what my boys have to do. Because of that, I think after having the sleeve, I started having a lot of reflux issues. It started off with me just taking like Prevacid and Tums and just popping them throughout the day. Literally when I would wake up, I would have acid reflux. It was basically the whole day. And I never could really figure out what made it better or worse because it was just pretty consistent. And I did, towards the end, I was having the regurgitation syndrome where I'd be woken up in the middle of the night with bile in my throat. And so I was really afraid to like eat anywhere, go with friends. I would avoid life situations just because I didn't want to get sick. So we would get invited to, birthday parties, and of course kid birthday parties, it's pizza, ice cream, hot dogs, french fries. If I have one bite of a hot dog, it's, I can be sick for the rest of the day. So just really avoiding events, and so I'd have to cater or I'd have to bring my own food. And I think it impacted my boys because they would always say like, oh, you can't eat with us, you can't have this, you can't have that. And it was just a constant battle of trying to plan ahead and think ahead. After I was having the reflux pretty consistently at night, and I had started choking probably every night for about a week, I followed up with my doctor, who is a bariatric surgeon, and he said, let's run a bunch of tests. Let's see if you have a hernia too that may be causing some of the leakage. And they did find that I had a sliding hiatal hernia. And so with that, they said, okay, we're gonna do the hernia repair and then also do the LINX band and see if that will give you some relief. So I did a bunch of research on my own. I haven't had to take one Tums, one Prevacid, one anything from the time I woke up from surgery. I have been really hesitant at first to really try anything because I would get so sick, but my follow-up appointments, everything was going well. They were like, okay, slowly introduce some of these foods that used to make you sick. Try the coffee and drink the coffee that I love. And I just slowly started doing that, and I haven't had any issues since. It's been really life-changing. If someone was having GERD symptoms like I was, I would highly recommend that they follow up with their doctor and don't just live with it forever, because there is help with it. I know taking the medication is a temporary relief, but it's not long-term. And the LINX surgery for me has been life-changing. My boys and my husband are super happy. We don't have to avoid events. We don't have to avoid eating pizza. Still trying to limit that, but they have just seen a change in me. I don't have to avoid situations anymore. Prior to having the LINX surgery, it was still hard sometimes to engage with my boys in their sports activities, including hockey. They do practice at home. We have a shooting range, and they always want mom. They want mom or dad, come and watch us, come and do this, come and shoot some pucks towards us. But oftentimes I was having a stomach ache or I was having reflux, and so I would kind of just not want to do it because sometimes it would flare up even more when I was being active. And so that has changed substantially. I can go out there, I don't have to even think about it. I think that everyone that is struggling with GERD or even has the inclination that maybe they are struggling with GERD, talk to your doctor and don't be afraid of the LINX, and it can really change your life. And why suffer in silence when there is something as simple as, this little LINX band that can really change your life.